Dear everyone, it's my pleasure to present you another social work class. Today's title is Social Problem. This is part 2, and in this part I will discuss about the causes of social problem. What is the learning objectives from this class? The first objective is to learn the multifaceted root of social problem. That is, the social problem is not a single issue. Where there is social problem, the problem rooted into various issues, part of social, part of psychological, part of cultural, etc. So the first objective is to learn the multifaceted root of social problems. And the second objective is uh, give some examples so that after the class students can differentiate themselves between social problems and other problems. So what are the characteristics of social problem? It was the main part of my previous lecture, even though as it is relevant, I think that is why I just copied that slide to here. That is, to be a social problem, a problem should have 4 properties. First one, any negative condition or behavior. Second, that should arise from a society, that is, as a result of social interaction, not like any policy, not like any economic thing. The third one, that problem should affects a large number of people. And the fourth one, the people of the society, especially large number, should feel a need to address the problem. If a problem have these 4 properties, then we call it as a social problem. So what are the causes? Why there is social problem? This is the main investigations of this study. Before going to the main part, that where I will show the causes, let's think about some photos. That these photos indicates the part of the slums which is built very makeshift, and it's one thing is clear that the residents of these slums, they have to live in a very congested room, depriving the rights of water and sanitation, depriving the facilities of proper hygiene, or maybe education is affected, also nutrition is a major part, birth control is a issues, all is highly affected because of this living. If you see this picture, this is just a whole picture. The earlier picture, I mean that picture is looks like this, that is a makeshift honor to building. Now see this whole picture. What we can see? We can see these slums develops at the very near of this city. Okay, what we see in this city residents, in this apartment, they have proper sanitation systems, they have enough room to live, and all other urban facilities. But the people who have migrated from rural area and living in urban area, they ended here. How? With lots of slums problem. So think about this farmer who is happily harvesting his crop, but he may face some problem like riverbank erosion or drought, where irrigation system is not sufficient, or village conflict, etc. Due to that, there is chances and there is a trend. This farmer migrates from their old occupations, from their village to the urban area for managing their livelihood, having a for with the hope of a better life. Think about this girl who is maybe who is in her marriage program. What may be the age of that girl? 16 at most, 13, 14, 15, 16. But she maybe was a school girl and her education is stopped due to early marriage, or maybe deprived of education anyhow. And what is the destination of this girl? Here, in garments, there are now 36 lakhs women who are working in the garment sector in Bangladesh. So this girl was a school girl, maybe because of early marriage, maybe because of poverty, maybe because of other reason, they migrate to urban area for a better life. So what is the results of this migration? The result is here. They had to leave these makeshift houses, depriving of all their civil rights, all their facilities like hygiene, like water sanitations, like healthcare, etc. So from analyzing these photos and this scenario, we can develop some causes for social problems. What are the causes? The first causes is the social and cultural causes. That means the social problem arises due to social and cultural issues like illiteracy or lack of educations. Now, where there is illiteracy, where there is absence of education, what happened? The people suffer from unemployment. They find it difficult to manage their livelihood, or the children, they suffer from malnutrition, and all happen because of maybe they are not literate, they don't have education. Another social cultural causes is lack of awareness. Without being proper aware about his right, about living a good life, what happened? There is a scenario of early marriage, there is a scenario of overpopulations, there is a scenario of hygiene. Okay, maybe their hygiene system, personal hygiene, family hygiene, civic hygiene, everything is highly affected if they are not aware about this. Also, literacy depends on the awareness. Superstition or prejudice. Superstition is a major cultural barrier. Because of that, they deprive of their health care, and there is most of the region of maternal mortality and child mortality in rural area, and is mostly because of superstitions. They do not know how to treat a newborn baby, or maybe the pregnant woman during her delivery may not be provided with the necessary healthcare facilities. As a result, mortality rate is very high in that segment of people. Discrimination, you know, if there is discrimination on the basis of sex, on the basis of religion, on the basis of disability, on the basis of class, etc., that's a huge blow for the development of the people, and that causes lots of problem. For example, female in our country facing is difficult to be independent, and there is a case of iftigene, there is a case of violence against women, there is a, even the pregnancy, the very natural thing, sometimes appeared as an obstacle for a woman to develop her career. So this discrimination is a causes of social problem. Disability, of course, disability is a huge causes of social problem. Lack of entertainment, it seems silly, but it is a very vital criteria. Without proper entertainment, crime rate is high. There is a high rate of population growth rate, and mental soundness mostly depends on entertainment. uh, so the other causes is economic causes, discrimination, economic discrimination. Poverty is a result of economic uh, discriminations. Migrations. There are in a society, even in our society, there is some push factor for the rural people. Maybe there is riverbank erosion. Maybe there is maybe there is a drought. Maybe they don't have proper irrigation system. Maybe there is a disaster. As a result, due to this push factor, the rural people sometimes feel to migrate in urban areas. And because urban areas has some pull factor, there is a opportunity of getting a jobs, there is a opportunity getting a good life, but it sometimes they have to live in the slums, very unhygienic environment that causes lots of healthcare problem, lots of mental problem, crime, drug addictions is mostly is a very common scenario of that type of living. Urbanization, crime, all the because of economic reasons, and absence of social service also causes social problem. Political causes, it's another another very important causes due to war or push off. For example, in 1970 1947, during the liberation, the separations of the Indian subcontinent, lots of refugees appeared in Bangladesh. During the 1971, lots of Bangladeshi people migrated to India as a refugee. Now, due to the genocide, lots of thousands of lakhs of Rohingya people, they migrated to Bangladesh, and they are living their refugee life. Political instability sometimes is or international political conflict is also causes social problem. For example, the Middle East, due to some political, diplomatic problem or other thing, there always there is a war, always there is a there is very instability. There is no instability. As a result, lots of social problem appeared there. So, what is the take home from all these slides? The take home is that causes of social problem is multifaceted, and it cannot be addressed with any single issues, and it rooted to socio-cultural, economic, and political dynamics, and it should consider to address the social problem. This dynamic should take into account. So this is the end of my lecture. If you have any questions, you can put your question in comment. If you have any suggestion, please put it in comment. And thank you very much for watching this lecture. That's all. Thank you.